I mentioned in the previous video, toward the end, that the 3D graphics in Civilization 3 are mostly simulated. They're basically sprites, possibly made from 3D models that are animated. But the game is not internally a 3D game, and this would have been a plausible way to design a game at the time, or a feasible way to design a game at the time, because the computers of 2001 were still a little bit slow by modern standards. You could run 3D games on a 2001 computer or even a 1990s computer, but you needed something fairly expensive. And because Civilization was a strategy game on a board, basically, that would have been a bit extravagant and impractical. Now, the background music was something that came in Civilization 2. Maybe some versions of the original Civilization had it, but I've never seen that. I omitted it in Civilization 2 just because I never used to play Civilization 2 with the background music. I just found it kind of irritating. Another difficulty in using the multimedia content of Civilization 2 was that it relied on the CD. So for Civilization 3, I've left it in place, but they've very much developed the music in Civilization over the years. I mentioned that Jeff Briggs, who is the lead designer in Civilization 3, was also a classical composer, and had composed the music for Civilization 2, and also Civilization 1. But actually, he didn't compose for Civilization 3. Strangely enough, Roger Briggs is actually the music composer, and I think that the two of them are brothers. It looks as if from the Wikipedia articles that Roger Briggs is the older brother. But unfortunately, this is an example of how the internet will not always teach you everything that you want to know. Because I can't find out whether they're brothers or cousins, or something else entirely. So the internet, it's useful and it's not. But probably they're family members anyway. They do share a Last.fm website. Okay, I have a settler there that I think I'm about to lose. Getting back to the game here. I'm not going to have to deal with those barbarians for very much longer, though, because I have enough military units in the area to defeat them. Okay, I have a spearman, so I can actually use the spearman here. And I didn't lose a settler. That's nice. I still have to decide about cities here, so I decided finally just build it. You know. I'll deal with the details later. I'm not even going to play through this whole game anyway. At least initially. So I can take some risks. I'm not going to lose in the time that I'm given at this point. My empire is a little bit too big, and even if my military is mediocre, there isn't any other civilization that's going to be better than mine at this stage, especially at chieftain level. So now I'm going to start building things in the cities. I just built a barracks in another city. I'm going to build one here too. So Rome and Cumae are getting barracks, finally. I'm at least going to do a little bit of development here. Because I'm stunting my civilization a little bit by not doing so. Will I build too many more cities before my self-imposed time limit is up? Well, a few, but not many. I'm unfortunately not going to get to build any wonders in the limited time I have. I'll start a few of them, and you'll get to see them if I continue this playthrough later, but for the most part, I'm just demonstrating the game for this. Civilization 3 was not a game I played very much when it was new, because I always had to borrow my relative's computer. And now, of course, the Civilization series has very much moved on from this. Even if there are still some nice things about this game, and I don't see any problem with it at all, really. I should add the qualifier to that I have to run this in compatibility mode for Windows 7 on a Windows 10 machine. And I also have to set the graphics to not correct for screen distortions. I have to just let it run. And then it more or less runs. It would have, in this form from 2005, been designed for Windows XP, obviously. To fix the screen, you'll want to go into Advanced Scaling Settings and switch off Let Windows Try to Fix Apps so they're not blurry. That's the setting you want. Alright, so I'll try to take the Barbarian City here. And we got it. So I'm going to fortify this archer here to hold the position. Now they have that ship out there. And for whatever reason, in the limited time that I played this through, after I built a city there, the ship was never actually a threat. It just kind of stayed out there. Nor did it disappear just because the city was destroyed. So I don't know what's up with that. If I continue this playthrough, I guess we'll find out. And there I found another barbarian city. So, barracks. What do we do now? Let's see. Temple, maybe? Granary? Yeah, granary. Okay. So, first palace expansion here, going back to Civilization 1. They have palace expansions and not throne room expansions. Here I'm going to go through all the options because I haven't done this very much, actually. I have basically my glorified cave there in ancient times. So I could build that. That's, I guess, what you're supposed to build. That's an alternative to it. That's another alternative. Doesn't look very Roman. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm just going to go with the default here. So, what are we doing here? I guess we'll just explore with these military units. Because we don't know what's over there. We know that there's a barbarian city we might have to take. So the Gaul, okay. They of course named the barbarians in Civilization 3. Okay, so barracks. Now what? I hesitated to build the Forbidden Palace, and I think somebody else actually beat me to it, if memory serves. But we're running out of time, so I'll see you in the next video.